First question I want to have is the hair journey many of our sisters go through, right?
Right.
And I wanted to ask you, because you experienced this personally.
Yes.
And I've witnessed this personally too, so I do have a compassion and empathy for it that I didn't have before.
Right.
Why is it so hard for black women to wear their natural hair?
Well, first and foremost, we have to think about, being enslaved, right? Being psychologically broke down, not to accept ourselves and actually think we're beautiful, and comparing ourselves to a new standard, right, of the Europeans. So fast forward, we're used to perming our hair, straightening it, different types of weaves and stuff like that, because it's not looked at psychologically. It's so hard for a black woman to accept her natural self because she doesn't accept herself. There's some subconscious hate that they have. And so there's a psychological deprogramming that has to happen, right? And most black women don't go through that, strip themselves and actually face themselves with themselves. And that is a hard thing to do. That's a hard thing to do.
And what was your process like in regards to first embracing and loving your natural self and seeing the beauty within yourself? Because that's what I've learned the older I get and the more that I learn about people, and especially women, is that men may find them attractive, but they themselves don't find themselves attractive.
So my process. So I grew up, of course I had natural hair, but after the age of 6, I had permed hair. So I never knew what my real natural hair looked like. And I was in college and, learning myself, getting to know myself and culture, coming from a Caribbean background and, African-American background, learning myself. And I said, I need to embrace myself. And the first step to me was my hair. And that was the hardest thing for me because it was a psychological process that I had to go through, a mental process. And I remember just washing my hair and saying to myself, I'm gonna just wear it out. And when I did that, I felt so uncomfortable. I didn't feel pretty. I didn't know how to accept myself. So me going through that let me know that I actually had some self-hate going on. It was a lot of mental stress for me to deal with my hair being puffy because it's not accepted in the society that we're in. So me doing that, I definitely, it was a transformation. So,
what were some of the things that went on during that process to being comfortable wearing your natural hair?
Embracing my culture more, actually embracing my culture, getting back into my roots and seeing that God actually created me like this. So who am I to not accept it? And then what am I basing my standards of beauty off? So it's a whole deprogramming that has to happen within oneself. And also the support of the black man, because a lot of black men, their desire is for a black woman to look European, honestly. And so if the black man actually, his standard is, the false hair, the eyelashes, all of this stuff, then where is the space for us to feel comfortable and desire as going through that transition to be natural? So, yeah, go ahead. So the support it needs to be there because ultimately the black woman wants to please the black man and wants to be appealing. So he has to accept that, number one. And that's the biggest thing. And that will really help along that process. So with yourself, just accepting your natural beauty the way you came out, that's a big thing. It's a real psychological, mental process that you have to go through. But once you do go through it, you'll feel so confident. Nothing can tear that down. It's just the journey. You have to trust the process.
I want you to touch on that more. First of all, you brought a great point because I was going to bring that up. The role the brothers play in what's going on, right?
Right.
How liberating, you just touched on it, but if you could go deeper, how liberating was it when you really just begin to love yourself, like really love all your features and kind of embrace your natural beauty?
It was a breakthrough. I felt like shackles were broken off of me. When I actually did go through that process and actually feeling confident in my features and just accepting myself as I am. And it's so freeing within yourself. So it's, what can I say? You're just confident. It's just a big confidence that you have that, like I said, that can't be broken. And yeah, that's what I have to say on that, pretty much. You're asking me about the process of it.
It's more the liberating the feeling that you had, like after, like, you know, in the sense that, like, you did mention the shackles off, but
yeah,
did that confidence you receive trickle down into other parts of your life?
Oh, absolutely. So it trickled down into the way I ate, the way I spoke, the things that I did, especially in my health journey with cleansing more and things like that, eating better. So eating better helped my hair to grow. That's another part that is important. The way we consume is so important in impacting the way our hair grows. So a lot of women will say, oh, well, it's easy for you to say that because you have long hair, but they don't understand the process that I went through. My hair fell out. It was curly one side, it was nappy the other side. I had a bald spot. It was short. So I went through that process so I could talk about it in depth and that journey and transformation of freeing myself. And there's nothing better than that feeling, really embracing yourself. And you know, we're God's creation. We're the apple of God's eye. So just embracing that, how you are, it's the ultimate freedom.
Are there any nutrients, not just foods, but any nutrients the sisters should be consuming that will help in hair growth?
Absolutely. Fruits, vegetables, vitamin A, vitamin D, hydrating, coconut oil, right? Avocado, fatty foods that will help stimulate growth. But just the overall balanced consumption of fruits, vegetables, nuts and grains and hydration will help for sure. And that's another thing. The way we've been, you know, designed or conditioned to consume, that also has a play in your hair growth, you know. So you can't consume the standard American diet, the sad diet, and expect your hair to blossom. So with the transformation, going through your cocoon phase, I call it, from a caterpillar to a butterfly, it's not just about your hair, it's about your whole livity, really. You have to change the way you eat, the way you speak, the people you hang around, because if the people you hang around are not supporting and serving that transformational phase of acceptance, then you have to let it go. So it's a whole process, holistically approach to doing that. So at that time, I wasn't just, you know, eating a sad diet and like, yeah, I have to embrace myself. It was a whole transformation going on with my environment, the people that I hang with, the things that I did, the meditation that I had. So it was just a whole transformation for me to accept. So I had to go through a stripping process of everything. And knowing in that stripping process, whatever is lost or done away with, I have to accept that and whatever is on the other side, I have to just trust that process. So it's a unknown knowingness, because on the other side, I know it's going to be rewarding. I just have to get there. So to add on to the question of embracing oneself as a Black woman, your natural hair, I think the problem is we don't have a sense of identity, of our culture, our inheritance. And so that right there makes you feel displaced in a society such as America or Canada or the UK, right? So tapping into your roots really, really is a big part of that, because you have a sense of pride when you know where you come from, the rich history where you come from. Not knowing that is the reason why you may feel like you have to fit into society in their standard and what they set. So knowing your culture, knowing your roots is a major part of that process. And the other part I wanted to add is that we make excuses of why we do it. Oh no, I don't hate myself. You know, I have natural hair. I just like to add on extensions, right? So but that's so deep, because you feel like you have to add on. It says the Most High gives the standard of beauty. The way He created you is perfect already. When you add on, you're actually saying, hey, Most High, or whatever you perceive Him to be, right? You didn't do a good job. I need to add a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And so that's what that's saying. Whatever your excuse is, that's what it boils down to.
Yeah, I definitely hear a lot of, I won't say they're justifiable, but they're justifiable in their eyes in regards to why they do what they do.
Absolutely.
You know, and I think the first step of healing, liberation in a sense, is acknowledging when you're doing foolishness.
Yes.
You know, but until a person can do that, they can justify it in their own light of what they're doing. And the process with that is it just stunts the healing process.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. I think accountability and responsibility is important with that. And it's like an age of not doing that, taking accountability and responsibility. And also, as far as being an example, especially for the youths, the children, you know, you have them wearing their natural hair and they see mommy with a blonde wig, you're their first example. And so you're doing a huge disadvantage by showing them that. So we have to be that first example. It's not, you know, that phrase, do as I say, not as I do. That's foolishness. It's do as I say because I do as I do, you know, and you have to be that example of what you want to see. Be the example that you want others to be. That's what I'm saying to sisters. And I'm saying that because I went through that process. So I can say that, you know. I don't wear makeup. I don't do any of that because I truly accept myself for who I am and what I am. And to help that process, I consume a certain way. I live a certain way. So you're going to radiate when you change your life in the fullness, holistically. So there's no excuse.
So what's up with the makeup vibe? I know the sisters don't want to hear that one, right?
No, they don't. Listen. Like melanin, when you do right by your temple, it will radiate its beauty in the fullness. Makeup, all right, my honesty about it is that my perception, makeup was for dead people, right? And old people. And then I don't know what time it happened where we started putting this stuff on, but it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
My wife she doesn't wear makeup, right? And I heard, what's the term they say, like you woke up like this, but she really wake up like that, right?
Right.
And what I notice is that not all sisters, so I'm not even gonna lie and tell you that, right? But a lot of them would look better without the makeup, and more than anything, if they would take care of themselves better,
absolutely,
their natural beauty would shine. You know, some people look kind of beaten down, but it's the lifestyle. But if they change their lifestyle, if they really change their lifestyle, they would radiate, as you said.
Right. Absolutely. So that's the process. So if you are covering up, let's say you have severe acne and you're just patching it up, you're not healing the problem, you're just covering up. And essentially that's what, I won't go so deep into it, but Western medication does. It doesn't heal the root of the problem, it just patches it up and it covers the symptoms that you're having. So it's like a temporary fix to make you feel like, okay, I'm better, when actually the problem is getting worse. So it's the same thing with, and actually those symbols and signs that and signals that your temple is giving you is so that you can get to the root. You know, if you're having acne, okay, there's some stomach issues, your blood is not clean. It's nothing bad, it's nothing wrong with that. It's actually a great thing. It's letting you know that it's working. So to glean back on the makeup, if you having skin issues, that mean that the way that you're consuming your lifestyle is not serving you. So why patch it up? Fix the problem. You don't need to wear makeup. If you consume right, if you clean up your lifestyle, exercise, hydrate yourself with natural foods.
Sleep.
Sleep deprivation, right? Honorable Dick Gregory talks about that. Sleep deprivation. We're not getting sleep. We're constantly running. It's not. Especially for women. You will age like
very quick.
Very, very quickly. And so sleep, hydration, good consumption, meditation, things like that, slowing down.
Staying out of people's business.
Leave people business alone, right? So it's just a whole lifestyle change. You have to clean up, you know, with everything, because you don't need makeup. You don't need makeup. It's a quick fix. And actually makeup, a lot of these makeups are skin damaging. And high-end makeup is made with some of the most crazy ingredients. And once you look into that, it's like, you want to put that on your face? Your skin is your biggest organ. And when you're putting these chemicals on, that's what you're absorbing. And then you wonder why you have fibroids or cancer and you're sick. It's because you adding on and lifestyle. So it's no need for it. It's no need for it. But again, trying to fit in, and that's the thing. I think it's pressure from society. That's one. Sometimes maybe some women just want to look a particular way, and you can look that. You can achieve that. You just have to put it in work. And I think a lot of the problem, here's the real problem. It's slothfulness and it's laziness.